Straight ahead on CCX News, what was thought to be just a cold.
Completely indescribable.
You don't really know what to think.
A Brooklyn Park toddler's surprising and heartbreaking diagnosis. Plus, could the Perpich School in Golden Valley close its doors?
This may seem harsh to some. I think it's a conversation and a proposal that needs to be put on the table.
Later, a tour around the Northwest Metro where home builders are busy. CCX News starts right now. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. New legislation could lead to the closure of the Perpich Center for Arts Education.
It comes after a critical auditor's report that cited financial management issues and falling enrollment at the Golden Valley School. One of 4 options suggested by the audit is closing the school. That's part of the legislation proposed by Representative Jennifer Loon of Eden Prairie. School administrators say they need a chance to show what new board members can do to turn things around. But Loon says the state agency that runs Perpich isn't functioning properly.
This is not the only report that has raised questions. The legislative auditor has audits going back, and I've got a stack of them. And many problems have been identified repeatedly in those reports and not corrected.
We are asking this committee to allow this new board the time to rectify these long-standing deficits and to report to you in the 2018 session before taking any potential action.
The legislation was forwarded to another House committee. New school enrollment figures show Minnesota charter schools continue to grow.
Just look at some of the expansion projects in the Northwest Metro. Eric Nelson reports.
There's 165 charter schools operating this year. We're just over 54,000 students.
Charter schools have become a trendy option in the Twin Cities.
We've seen more schools in different geographical parts of the state, especially in the suburban areas.
Deus is God, and machina, just like English, so God from a machine.
Classroom sizes are usually smaller in charter schools, and students often get individual attention.
Most of our schools have a smaller student-teacher ratio than traditional district schools. That's partly by design. The schools want to be smaller communities.
One advantage to charter schools is that they offer different curriculums. Students and parents can choose what they want to focus on. For instance, here at Athlos Academy in Brooklyn Park, they are geared toward athletics and physical activity. Teaching leadership is also a high priority at Athlos.
Sergo is the verb that means to rise. Sergo, sergere.
Meanwhile, at Parnassus Charter School in Maple Grove, the curriculum is much different, with an emphasis on foreign language, history, math, and reading.
We have a very unique and very strong focus on college preparatory academics and our classical programming.
Parnassus opened in 2011 with 360 students. Today, enrollment is up to 1,000 kids.
We recently broke ground on a 74,000 square foot expansion that will add a new gym and auditorium as well as 24 new classrooms.
Charter schools are open to anyone and have become attractive academic options to some students.
If you want to go here, all you have to do is apply. If we receive more applications than we have spots available, then we'll hold a lottery, but you don't have to take a test, you don't have to meet any other requirements.
Number 1 is D.
In Maple Grove, I'm Eric Nelson, CCX News.
There are now 165 charter schools in Minnesota with a total enrollment of 54,000 students.
A thief who targeted parked cars at golf courses and fitness centers has been sentenced to 3 years in prison. Markale Townsend is linked to more than a dozen car break-ins across the Twin Cities, including one in Maple Grove and 3 at Eagle Lake Golf Course in Plymouth last year. Police say he is one of 2 men who used a window punch to break into vehicles and steal purses and wallets. Now to a story that is both heartbreaking and hopeful.
2-year-old Grant Leitschuh of Brooklyn Park was diagnosed with cancer in December. As reporter Sonia Goen shows us, he is not in the fight alone.
This is a good day for Grant Leitschuh. Although he just wrapped up his 4th round of chemo on Thursday, he
he remains very playful.
Oh, you gonna come sit with us?
Grant likes Thomas the Train, his mom's cell phone, and he really likes Superman stickers.
Let's show him how to use the hammer.
But his playful spirit took a hit when he got sick in early December. His parents, Kurt and Cindy Leitschuh, thought their son had a cold.
Checking for ear infection, strep throat, nothing, like if he gets a fever.
They took him to the doctors after his fever wouldn't go away. Doctors performed a number of tests.
And the next day, they're like, well, we looked at the x-ray again and we noticed something.
Suddenly, their life took an unexpected turn. Doctors found Grant had stage 4 neuroblastoma.
You don't really know what to think. I mean, it's devastating, obviously.
I was in shock for a long time. They told me, and I just think I stared at the doctor for I didn't even know how long, because I figured once I started crying, I wouldn't stop.
Neuroblastoma is a type of cancer that affects developing nerve cells.
He was perfectly happy and healthy, and they don't know why. They don't know why kids get cancer.
Grant's cancer started in his adrenal glands and then spread.
It went to his hip bones, and once it hits the bones, it's pretty much in the bone marrow, so it goes all over.
Grant has a rough road ahead of him with more chemo, surgeries, and radiation treatments.
He's had a lot of side effects and stuff going through this, but he's come back.
The tough toddler has already spent weeks in the hospital. Doctors say Grant has a 50-50 chance.
They have really high hopes on him doing really well with it.
Family and friends are hopeful. They started the Grant's Got This campaign. And just like Grant's favorite hero, they've got their own version of kryptonite, faith.
God willing, he will make it, and we believe he will. He will beat this.
Now, doctors don't know what causes neuroblastoma, but the disease mostly affects children 5 and younger. Meanwhile, a fundraiser will be held on Saturday at the Palmer Lake VFW post to help with Grant's medical costs. We've got more information on our webpage, ccxmedia.org. Mike and Alex, Grant is so adorable. He even gave me the Superman sticker. Yeah.
Right.
We're pulling for him.
He is adorable. We wish him the best.
We do.
Thanks, Sonia. A Maple Grove principal encourages his students to dream big, and it's led to a big honor. In the 5 years Patrick Smith has been principal at Basswood Elementary, he's tried creative ways to motivate kids to learn. He's slept out on the roof, been duct taped to a wall, and this spring he'll be in a dunk tank.
Motivation is huge, and it doesn't matter what grade level you're at, how old you are. We need to motivate them, and it gets them excited and it gets them wanting to come back for more. So I'll do crazy things if it gets the kids motivated.
Smith's Dream Big motto can be seen around the school. He is one of 12 elementary principals across the state chosen by peers to receive a Leadership Achievement Award. Coming up, builders have been busy creating some large parade of homes. We'll take a look.
And later in sports, the season isn't over yet. Exciting highlights involving the Maple Grove boys hockey team.
But first, a weekend warm-up. Sunday, temperatures could reach 60.
The spring housing market is heating up.
Some of the newest homes on the market are featured in the Parade of Homes tour, and Plymouth is one of the hottest communities. It's no surprise Plymouth has 29 homes featured in this spring's parade tour. Last month, Plymouth was tops in the metro for new home construction permits. While many of the homes featured in the parade are on the higher end, there's a range of properties to view, including this 3-bedroom, 3-bath home in New Hope, priced in the 200s. And then there's this 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom home in Crystal that's selling for under $350,000. Builder Jeff Shanewetter has a custom home on the market in Plymouth for $799,000. It's one of 8 properties his company has featured in the parade tour.
When you look into the homes today, the context of granite countertops, ceramic backsplashes, millwork valances, ledges and windows, you'll just see a much greater amount of detail in a new construction today than ever before.
Shanewetter expects more growth in new home construction, and his company is on the hunt for land in the Northwest Metro. What makes the Northwest Corridor a top building site?
I think it's a combination of the schools and the communities, the attributes, the natural environment. Candidly, our company's got a very aggressive goal to buy more land in your viewing area.
And you started the company, you and your wife, a small custom builder, 30 years ago.
February of '87.
What has changed? There has to be big design changes since then.
Technology and all the new design elements. The homes are much richer with detail. Thermostats that speak to your smartphone, the front door, the garage door opener. Lots of technology, well beyond just a security system today.
What are you most proud about at this home?
I love the site. I love the neighborhood. Plymouth Preserve, wooded lots, great outdoor spaces. Truly, it's a gem. It's a jewel box nested in Plymouth.
There are 481 homes featured in the Parade of Homes tour, which runs through April 2nd. Still to come, Armstrong High School takes us on a crazy journey filled with music and laughter.
But first, local wrestlers take to the mat on the first day of the individual state wrestling tournament. John Jacobson is in next.
I'm John Jacobson with sports. Maple Grove's boys hockey team split their season series with Centennial. The top two seeds in Section 5AA advance to the title game Thursday night at Aldrich Arena. Centennial scores first, but Maple Grove answers. Tyler Kostelecki tucking the puck in, and it's 1-1. Maple Grove freshman goalie Ethan Hyder makes a nice save. That triggers a break the other way for Sam Huff, and he cashes in to give the Crimson a 2-1 lead. Still in the first, Tyler Jamison Eckling's point shot is deflected in by Hayden Brickner. Cougars tied up at 2. But Maple Grove gets another goal. Huff snaps home the wrist shot. Crimson lead of 3-2 after a wild first period. All quiet in the second until, with under a minute to go, Matthew Jaglow splits the D. Kostelecki buries it. It's 4-2 Crimson. Centennial cuts the lead to 4-3 in the third period, but Maple Grove holds on. And they win their first section title since 2012, just the second ever.
I'm just so proud of these kids, and I'm so proud of the city of Maple Grove, and you know, our girls hockey program, just hockey in general in Maple Grove. We've come together and we've created a tremendous culture, and it's great to just see everyone come together.
This is now our second time going, you know, kind of have that mantra, you know, it's bigger than us. It's for the city, it's not just for us. Obviously we wanted to go as players, just to play in front of 17,000, but you know, we want to set that tone for young guys coming through the program that, you know what, this is something we should expect year in and year out, is to go to the state tournament.
On Saturday, state tournament coaches will seed the teams for the tourney. Class AA play begins Thursday morning at the XL Energy Center. In Section 2A, Breck had eliminated Delano in the playoffs the last 4 years. The top-seeded Tigers look to turn the tables on the second-seeded Mustangs when these two met up before a packed house at Parade Ice Garden. Delano gets a 2-on-1 break in the first period. Kyle Ilatello to Garrett Pianimi for the goal. Freshman puts the Tigers ahead 1-0 after 1. Second period, Delano on the power play. Ilatello lifted up high on the short side to score. Von Myers gets the assist, and it's 2-0 Tigers. Delano goalie Jackson Helly was outstanding. Breck certainly had their share of scoring chances, but Helly made 29 saves in the game, including this big one on Austin Heidemann in the second period. Breck also hit the pipe 3 times, and Helly keeps them off the board in the third period as well, as the Tigers win 2-0, advancing to the state tournament for the first time in school history. After team champions were crowned Thursday, individual action takes center stage Friday and Saturday at the state wrestling tournament. First round action in Class 3A at 106 pounds. Joey Thompson of Maple Grove gets near fall points on its way to an 18-4 win over Hunter Leyden of Eastridge. News isn't as good for Thompson's teammate Gavin Peterson at 132. He's pinned by Clay Carlson of Wilmer at the 2:59 mark of the match. At 152, Osseo's Nick Carline does a great job qualifying for state after missing much of the year with a knee injury, but he finds the going tough against Alex Crow of Shakopee. Crow gets near fall points, and he wins 16-2. At 170 pounds, Jack Barrett of Maple Grove facing Cole Kerpak of St. Francis. It's Kerpak getting the takedown here, and he later pins Barrett. Wayzatta's Dan Herta faces Garrett Whitehead of Park Cottage Grove. He gets the takedown. Herta wins 6-4 at 160 pounds. Heavyweight Bryson Wilkins wins the battle of strength to throw Ethan Jackman of Chaska Chanhassen into the mat. Wilkins gets the pin in the first period. Action wraps up Saturday at the XL Center. The Section Girls Basketball Playoffs continue Saturday for our local Class 4A teams still in the postseason. In Section 5 4A, top seed and defending section champion Park Center meets Roseville at 1 o'clock. The second semifinal features Champlin Park and Centennial at 3. Section final is next Thursday night. All those games at Anoka High School. In 6 4A, it's top seed Hopkins tipping off at noon against Minneapolis South. Cooper and Wayzata follow at 1:30. Those games and next Thursday's section final are at Roosevelt High School in Minneapolis. And Section 8 4A, it's Maple Grove facing a tough challenge. They'll play unbeaten Elk River Saturday at 6 o'clock at Monticello High School. St. Michael, Albertville, and Moorhead follow at 8. That's it for sports. Mike and Alex, back to you.
All right, thanks, John. Up next, an escape to the roaring 1920s.
We will preview Armstrong High School's The Boyfriend when we come back. Well, finally tonight, an old Broadway classic is revived at Armstrong High School.
In today's Weekend Showcase, Neil Persley previews the musical comedy The Boyfriend.
Just getting the sound right has been pretty tough this show. There's just some different issues that we've had to work through.
Besides being a senior member of the tech crew and engineering the audio for the Armstrong High School production of The Boyfriend, Simon Alcock is also a National Merit Scholar finalist. I asked him what aspect of the show he's most proud of.
Well, we're definitely really proud of our set this show. It's not a particularly fancy set in terms of we don't have a lot of like tricks to it. It's not like some shows we've done in the past, but it's a very clean set. It's a very nice set. It's something that we put a lot of hard work into, and we're very proud of it.
The actors are able to do what they do thanks in large part to the dedicated technical crew. Junior Natalie Olson is the stage manager.
It's really funny. It's quite adorable. It's very lighthearted and a little bit of escapism.
The play is set in the 1920s around a group of young women at Madame Dubonnais's School for Young Ladies on the French Riviera.
It's a spoof on musicals, so it's all about these girls and women who just are trying to find love. They need to find the boyfriend. And it's all about how over the span of a single day, we go from not knowing who that's going to be to getting proposed to. Is kind of how that crazy journey happens in the span of about 12 hours.
Sweet Eskinder plays Madame Dubonnet, whose goal is to make every one of the girls into the perfect young lady.
There is a happy ending. There is a very happy ending. Everyone falls in love and they end up with their true love, their soulmate, however you may want to put it. And they just live happily ever after. It's a really cute show.
With that kind of endorsement, I give the show an A for adorable. For Weekend Showcase at Armstrong High School in Plymouth, Neil Persley, CCX News.
There are 2 more shows of The Boyfriend tonight, Friday evening, and Saturday night. And that's all the news for us. Thanks so much for joining us.
Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you back here again Monday, starting at 4.